Lord Ram, Bhagwan, Dev, Allah, Khuda, etc. are the names of one Supreme God. What is He like? Where does He live? How is He attained? Who has seen Him? To remove all these questions permanently, must listen the nectar words of Jagat Guru Tattvadarshi, Sant Rampal Ji Maharaj, based on the holy scriptures of all religions.
Kabir Sahib, Kabir Dev Ji is the Eternal Father Almighty. He is the complete God and the Creator of all universes. He is the source of all of us and our Father. This God has all the following inherent qualities. Tvameva Mata cha Pita Tvameva, Tvameva Bandhu cha Sakha Tvameva, Tvameva Vidya cha Dravidam Tvameva, Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva. He is the God of gods. He is that Almighty who is the God of all the gods. He is the Supreme God. Now when a devout person listens to this for the first time, that Kabir Dev, Kabir Sahib is the complete God, Paramakshar Brahm, creator of all universes. So this statement feels like a quinine. It is difficult to swallow. Because till now, all we have heard were folklores. All we heard were stories. We could not get the knowledge of our holy scriptures because our spiritual teachers, the preachers of Hindu religion, our gurus, mandaleshwars, all these teachers, they all lack true spiritual knowledge. All these sages lacked true knowledge. They were not acquainted with spiritual knowledge. Because of this, we failed to identify God, and based upon the folklores, whichever deity was labelled as Supreme God, we believed it to be true. Because these preachers, gurus in Hinduism, they all were literate in Sanskrit language, and all our holy scriptures are written in the Sanskrit language only. Later they were translated into Hindi and other languages, but that happened only recently. Right from the time they were written till now, that is, from the beginning till now, all these scriptures were present in Sanskrit, and for that matter, the ones in Sanskrit were available. The translators have translated them in their own languages. Now, because of this, the people, the devout individuals trusted those very gurus, those preachers, those mandaleshwars, believing that they have the knowledge of Sanskrit language, they can speak in Sanskrit. All our holy scriptures are written in Sanskrit language only, and because of this, we never really doubted those gurus. We never felt that they are imparting wrong spiritual knowledge to us. This is because a student accepts whatever knowledge his or her teacher is imparting. Whatever the teacher is speaking about, the students do not raise objection and they accept it. Once a teacher taught a history answer to his students. He taught them that student's father was educated too. But he was not working. He had his own business. That child's father noticed that the child had written a wrong answer to a question. So he advised his child that the answer you have written is wrong. So the child replied that no, father, my teacher has said that this answer is right. The father said, son, kindly correct it. The son replied that I will not correct it because my teacher has said this is right. My teacher has said this. My educator has said this. So, pious souls, today we are in a similar situation. All these preachers had knowledge of Sanskrit language, but they did not have any spiritual knowledge, because of which they failed to tell us about the deep secrets of our holy scriptures. And today, those very facts that are present in our holy books, and this servant is enlightening the people about it. This God's servant is making those facts public. With the help of these CDs, projectors, and by writing these books. Now those preachers, those gurus who have been since telling folklore stories are facing problems. They were telling these stories. What they used to say? Some used to say that Sri Vishnu Ji is complete God. Vishnu Ji is the Supreme God and he takes up three forms. In Brahma's form, he creates the universe. In Vishnu Ji's form, he nourishes. And in Shiv Ji's form, he destroys. Some used to say that Lord Shiv is Mahesh. He is Maheshwar, God of gods. He is the originator of all. And he is the one who controls the universe by taking three forms. He is the creator of entire universe. And he is the father. In Brahmaji's form, he creates. In Vishnu's form, he nourishes. And in Shivji's form, he destroys everyone. They do not have any parents. So these were folklores. These were fables. We used to believe them like Lord of all lords. Pious souls, we should have complete and thorough information about the path we are to walk on. Only then any movement will be beneficial to us. And if we want to go from Hisar to Delhi, but we have taken the route from Hisar to Sirsa, then our movement is futile, irrespective of the speed in which we are moving. At whatever speed the car is going, it is all futile. And because of some reason you are traveling from Hisar to Sirsa and you happen to meet someone on the way who asks you to where you are going towards, and you tell him that we are going to Delhi. If that individual tells you that this is not the way to Delhi, This route will not take you to Delhi. You are moving in opposite direction towards Punjab. Then that gentleman should give it a thought as to why this individual is talking like this, because according to him he is going to Delhi. But this is his own thought that he is going to Delhi, but his way is wrong. His direction is wrong. So it becomes this gentleman's duty to verify, and to verify, the easiest way is to ask someone else. And if that person also tells the same thing, but it is difficult for you to believe, then look at the map and ask, where am I standing? The map will provide the answer that you have reached Sirsa and you are 10 miles from Sirsa. Then the map also tells the same thing as that good individual in front of you, that your direction is wrong. Then what you should do? If the commuter is sensible, he will immediately take a U-turn. He will not see that I've already covered so much of route. Now what will happen to this travel that I undertook? He will immediately take a U-turn and he will correct his mistake. Similarly, devout souls are undertaking wrong practices of worship. They are on the wrong path. Those pious souls who have got wrong knowledge are going on the wrong path. This path will not lead to attainment of God. This servant is telling you that you are on the wrong path and take a U-turn. You gave some 50 to 60 kilometers far on the wrong route, and when you come to know that you have come on the wrong route, then it is your thoughtfulness to immediately return. And if you say that I have already covered so much of the route, it will go waste if I return. So this is not wisdom, it is foolishness. Similarly, if you are already worshipping a deity under a guru and some have given 5 years, some have given 10 years, 20 years, some have given 30 years, is simply futile. Today, if you come to know that you are on the wrong path, then what you should do? There is not much need to say in this. It is easy for a wise man to understand. You should immediately quit that path, should not think that I have given 20 years of my life to this worship, what about me? I have done obeisance for 30 years of this community, what about me? Whatever were to happen has already happened. That has already been destroyed. You have already moved 100 kilometers away on the wrong path. Now you only need to take U-turn. That is beneficial. Only this is beneficial for you. Return immediately, leave that way. Now God says, Bheda dekha jarjara aur uttar chale fadak. In earlier times, there used to be a beda, canoes used to ply, there were no boats to cross the river. At that time, canoes were made. You may not remember those canoes, so think of it like a small boat. The boat in which you are sitting is getting filled with water. Its base pad is damaged, and just next to it, a fine boat arrives. If you come to know that the boat in which we are sitting, we are going to drown as water is filling in it. So God says, Bheda dekha jarjara aur uttar chale fadak. Doobe the par ubhre. God Kabir wants to tell us that the ones who are wise, they will not do like this. They were drowning, but they will emerge with Guru's knowledge and they immediately get off the drowning boat. It is said, we were drowning, our souls would have drowned in 840 million life forms, but with true teachers' knowledge, we immediately became aware. Ekdam fadakna means terrified. Ekdam Fadakke means spontaneously hop off. Just immediately hop off. That means there is not even a second's time to think over. If you are drowning and along with it there is another one, it is a good place to immediately hop off. That is said, डूबे थे पर उभरे, गुरु के ज्ञान चमक. It is said, एकदम चमक के पढ़े हैं भाई, becomes immediately attentive. And और भेड़ा देखा जर्जरा. Jarjara means about to break. Drown, so uttar chale fadak. So those pious souls should not make any delays in changing their guru. However far he must have gone on that way, he should immediately give it up. He is completely on the wrong path. You have gone 100 kilometers. You will have to return. Any steps you take further, they will all be wrong. You will go ahead in wrong direction. So like, some say that Sri Brahma Ji is the creator, some say Sri Vishnu Ji is Satgun Ji's creator, some say Tamogun Shiv Ji is the creator, and some say that Sri Brahma Rajogun is the creator of all universes, pious souls. So this is folklore. And some who worship Durga say that Durga is the creator of everyone. The ones who worship Sri Devi Ji believe her to be the supreme. And the ones who worship Brahm, they believe him to be supreme. So pious souls, first we will have to see this map. We will again look at the map in the form of our holy books, and we will see what guidance we get from them. Then we will get the satisfaction. Until now, we are listening to different things about gods from people. Some great sage has given some form of knowledge. And we are students, we are devout. Whatever knowledge, whichever saint gives us about the God, we believe it without any doubts, without any objection, we accept it. So pious souls, we need to first have the knowledge about who is God. We should have this information with us. And then we will succeed on the path towards God. Then no one will be able to confuse us. It is said in Srimad Bhagavad Gita, chapter number 16, verse number 23, those who reject the directions of holy scriptures and follow the way of worship according to their willfulness, that is, oppose the teachings of holy scriptures, undertake worship of their wish, which is not present in holy books, that worship is futile. They neither attain salvation, nor do they get happiness or any powers. That is, it is useless. Then immediately in the 24th verse of 16th chapter of Gita Ji, it is said that for you, Arjun, determining what is to be done and what is forbidden. Kartavya means the worship that we were to do and what we want to do. The ones we should give up and the ones we should accept are based on the evidences from holy books. Do not trust the folklores. Then it is said in Gita Ji chapter 2 verse 53, O Arjun, when your mind will overlook various types of knowledge that confuses you and will stabilize on just one spiritual knowledge, on that Supreme God, then you will receive devotion. And then you will become a devotee. At that time, your worship will begin when you will stick on the one true knowledge, when your mind will focus on knowledge in accordance to our holy books. You will not quiver and you will move forward on right path. Whatever steps you put on this path, it will be favorable for you. It will be beneficial for you. Now there is a lot of confusion about the creation of nature. Like for instance, people following Jainism, devotees, preachers, they say there is no creator of this nature and there is no destroyer too. It is eternal. It gets created on its own and gets destroyed on its own. It is not like this. There are many other devotees. Some say Vishnu Ji is the creator. Like I already told before, today I will tell you about this in special details. Now, as the context of God Kabir Dev Ji was going on, that he is complete Almighty, he is complete Brahm, complete God, you will not be able to believe this until you become aware of his qualities. And where are these qualities? These are written in life history, their autobiography. For instance, the details about Sri Vishnu Ji, Shiv Ji, Brahma Ji can be found in their life history. It is written in their histories, Puranas. Similarly, God Kabir Ji's glory is written in Sukshma Ved, in Sukshma Ved. This God servant had read in the history of Adi Shankaracharya Ji that too he has supported the existence of it. Adi Shankaracharya Ji had said that 4 Vedas, Rig Ved, Yajur Ved, Athar Ved, Sam Ved, are available here, and the 5th one is Sukshma Ved. Now the reason for this was that the 5th Ved, Sukshma Ved, on Mount Kailash was destroyed by Kaal. God himself descends from Satlok to provide that Sukshma Ved. He descends here from eternal place. He comes to give us the knowledge that was destroyed by Satan. All that hidden knowledge that was destroyed by Kaal, by this Brahm, he has kept it hidden. He doesn't let it expose to anyone. So to tell about that 5th Ved, God comes here. It is written in that 5th Ved that information from that Ved, that knowledge was spoken by God from his holy mouth about 600 years ago. That is why it is said in Gita Ji chapter 4 verse 32 that Arjun, in Gita Ji chapter 4 from verse number 25 to 31, it is said, some worship God, some do self-study of scripture, some perform fasting and non-violence, some think that they are successful just by doing pranayam. The detailed information about all this knowledge, about these religious rituals, is given in Gita Ji chapter 4 verse 32, that it is in the voice of Sachidanand Ghan Brahm, the complete God. Here in Gita Ji chapter 4 verse number 32, due to lack of spiritual knowledge, these translators have misinterpreted this verse. It is written as Brahmane Mukhe. In the original script, translators have translated Brahmane Mukhe as in the voice of Vedas. This is wrongly written. It is wrong translation. Brahmane Mukhe means in the voice of Sachidanand Ghan Brahm, which God speaks from his own mouth. A fairly detailed account of it is given in the words spoken by God himself, and that is Kabir Vani. They have translated Brahmane wrongly here. They wrote Veda, and in Gita Ji chapter 17 verse 23, Om Tat Sat Iti Nirdeshah Brahmane Trividah Smritah. They have translated Brahmane correctly because they did not get distracted. They have written the meaning of Brahmane as Sachidanand Ghan Brahm. So here in the verse 32 of chapter 4, we will have to write the meaning of word Brahmane as Sachidanand Ghan Brahm in given details. Then in chapter 4 verse 34 it is said that true spiritual knowledge is written in the 5th Veda, the Sukshma Ved. And to understand that true spiritual knowledge, take the refuge of an enlightened saint, prostrating, bowing before them, and asking questions with clean, humble intentions. That enlightened saint will give you the true spiritual knowledge. This also proves the fact that the giver of knowledge of Gita is not aware about the fifth Veda. Therefore, he has left this option that to understand this true spiritual knowledge, you will have to take refuge of an enlightened saint. So, God Kabir Dev Ji himself descends to play the role of an enlightened saint. So, 600 years ago, because God Kabir Ji had descended on earth in the form of a human baby, and he had appeared on a lotus flower in a pond named Lehertara in Kashi city, now Varanasi, in 1398 AD, that is 1455 in the month of June of Vikram Samvat Hindu calendar. And he grew up performing marvels, divine plays. He was taken by a weaver couple named Niru Nima, and being in that occupation, he was called a Julaha or a Dhanak. He has told and written in that Sukshma Ved 600 years ago. This God's servant wants to bring that knowledge to you in my own words. God has said that earlier only Purna Paramatma, complete God, Kabir Dev, was existing all alone. He was living all alone in Anamay Lok, which is also called Anami Lok or Akah Lok. After that, God created 3 other worlds. The world below Akah Lok is Agam world. Then next one down is Alakh world. And beneath it at the 3rd level is Satlok, which is called as the eternal place. And God is present in Satlok by the name of Satyapurush, true God. The same God had made 3 other forms, so in this way, God lives in each of the world with a different name in different conditions. Now, he started the creation in Satlok. Now, pious souls, just like in this world, there is life on this earth only, and the rest of the planets like Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, all these planets are just empty. Similarly, in Satlok, God, Satpurush Kabir Dev Ji, who is also called Paramaksha Brahm, started the creation process. Just by one word, he created 16 islands. 16 islands. And then with 16 words, he created 16 suns and instructed each sun to live on one island each. From these 16 sons, one of the sons, who is Achint, was instructed after some time to carry on the process of creation. God wanted to show all the sons that without the help of the powerful, despite all the efforts, success cannot be achieved. It is said the work suits in the hands of the one who is skilled to do it. Achint created one more man through his word and named him as Akshar Purush. Now, Achint believed the son he created through his word power as immortal man. He named him Akshar Purush and asked him to help him, that is Achint, in the process of creation. There, when God created those islands, in each island, he also created a Mansarovar pond. He also created a separate Mansarovar common to all islands, so that Akshar Purush went to Mansarovar and started bathing. While bathing, he went deep inside and fell asleep there in the water.
Now, pious souls, the bodies in Satlok do not need to breathe.
He did not come out for a long time. Then God Kabir Dev Ji took some water from that pond in his hands and made an egg out of it like a magician. He entered a soul in that egg and left that egg in Mansarovar. It went guzzling down and disturbed the sleep of Akshar Purush, because of which he got a little angry. In that anger, he looked at the egg as to who disturbed him, and because of that anger, the egg broke into two pieces. From that, this Brahma came out. Now, in the future, in this history, in this story, in this eternal story, or in the Satyanarayan story that this servant is narrating till now, we used to believe Vishnu Ji is the Satyanarayan. Satyanarayan story is not true. Now, this is the Satyanarayan story. Satyanarayan means eternal story of eternal God. So, Brahma came out of that. Later, you will become aware of the three lords who are different from Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh. First is Kshar Brahm. He is also called Kshar Brahm, Kshar Brahm. And the second is Akshar Purush, that is Akshar Brahm. This Akshar Purush or Akshar Brahm and Kshar Brahm came out of the egg. Kshar Brahm is destructible because Akshar Purush was whimsically named so by Achint that he had created the Akshar Purush. Now, as one becomes a master, then that Purush is God. Purush means God. So either say Akshar Purush or Akshar Brahm, both are his synonyms. Similarly, say Kshar Purush, this Brahm who came out of an egg, he is Kshar Purush. You can tell him Akshar Brahm, it is his synonym name. He is also Jyoti Sarup Niranjan. Kaal is this Brahm. Later he will be called as Kaal also. Now remember this, pious souls, because until you are aware about the creation, you will not understand any of the holy book. Then God instructed both to come out. Akshar Purush, you were sleeping. Akshar Purush, you were sleeping, and this entire process was undertaken to wake you up. Both came out. Then God said, Achint, now you have witnessed that without the Almighty no work can be successful. Now you were incapable of bringing him out, and henceforth do not barge in my work. This is why I have made you aware about your capabilities. So Achint accepted his failure and said that they cannot achieve anything. Now God instructed both, whom Kshar Purush, meaning Kshar Brahm, who will later be proved in this story as father of Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh. Kshar Purush and Akshar Purush were both instructed to live on Achint's island. They both obeyed the order. Who three? Achint, Akshar Purush and Kshar Purush, who is also called Kshar Brahm, or in simple language, he is also addressed as Brahma. I will define it ahead why he is called Brahma. Now all the three started living on the same island, remaining 15 sons, who were created by one word, each by God, were living individually in their own islands there. After some time, God created all of us, all the souls in this universe from His body through His word, and there we were present in a body made up of light. Our body is radiant, made up of one element, that is light. In its veins, it's Shukram Akyam Asanaviram. Like our bodies, no system of veins or blood vessels. It does not have vascular system like our body here, which is made by semen, by the sexual intercourse of father and mother. Similarly, God's body is like this. It is in the form, appears like human radiant, but there is a difference in the radiance in our body and the God's body. There is difference in powers and in its brightness, its effulgence. The effulgence from one hair follicle of complete God Kabir Dev Ji in Satlok is more than the brightness of a total of 10 million suns and 10 million moons. And how is our body there? The remaining ones who are still living there, how is their body? And when God created us from His word, how was our body at that time? It was like human in appearance and had effulgence equivalent to 16 suns. Our body had effulgence equal to 16 suns, just like the sun here, but without the heat. We all started living there, and there was no difficulty there. There was no shortage or scarcity. There was no old age and death. There was no birth and death. And no one gets old there. Now, pious souls, give it a thought. We are so unhappy here, but still we think we do not want to die when we know that we will die. It is a rule here, yet we do not wish to die. What is the reason for this? We lived at a place where there was no death, because of which we do not like to die, and it is perfectly correct. Why were we born, and then why do we die? We spend a good 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 years to build a home, and then we don't get to live in it. The Lord here kills you within a minute. So there was no old age and death. No one likes to get old. Everyone thinks that I should look young. And these ministers get a surgery done, put makeup, but till when will you do this? It will get fused in 10 years. So the point of saying this is, it is in our nature that we look youthful. But here everything is artificial. And there was the original. And we used to live there like that. After a few days, their days are not there. We use days just for reference. There is no day or night there. That world is effulgent. People are effulgent and God is radiant. Sun does not rise or set there. So after some time, this Jyoti Niranjan, who is called Kshar Purush, also called Kshar Brahm, in Gita Ji, who identifies himself as devil, he is Brahm, who talks after possessing Sri Krishna Ji. I will tell the history and will give you the full detail. Listen to this story with patience, because the first time listeners might find it weird. But after some time, when you will see the evidence, you will have to accept it, and you will accept it. After some time, a nonsensical weed generated in the mind of this Kshar Purush, the devil. He thought to himself that we three are living on one island and rest of our brothers are living on their individual islands. So here we came to know about this law that one gets rule with meditate. So he performed penance by standing on one foot for 70 eras of earth. Then the complete God Satpurush Kabir Dev Ji asked him that, son, why are you doing this penance? What do you want? Then he said that, God, this island is small for me. It is less. We three are living on one island. Rest of my brothers are living on their individual islands. I want a separate place. So God said, all right, dear, I grant you 21 universes. Just like a wealthy father gives 21 land plots to his son, saying that, "Son, these 21 land plots belong to you." Now, after getting those plots, those 21 universes, this Kshar Brahm, in saint language, we call him Chhar Brahm, Chhar Achhar. Akshar Brahm is this Par Brahm who was created by a Chin's word, and Kshar Brahm was originated by the word of God through an egg.
He is the Kshar Brahm who roams around in his 21 universes from one to another.
He thought that there should be some construction in these universes. With this motive, he again undertook penance for 70 eras. Then God asked, "What do you want now? I have already given you the plots, the 21 universes." Then he asked for some material to do construction so that I can do some creation in these. Like now he had the plots, but still he had nothing. Son asks his dad to give him some money to get bricks, cement, to make material available. Then Kabir Dev Ji gave 5 elements and 3 qualities to this Kshar Purush, Kshar Brahm, in a way that, "Take, son, make your toys and play with them." He was very happy after obtaining them. Then he thought that even if I undertake some construction here, but I will still feel lonely. He thought, let me ask for some souls from God. This Kshar Brahm, this Kaal God, again started penance by standing on one foot. On the other hand, how did we get trapped by him? This is a topic to be thought about by souls, a topic to ponder upon as to how we got trapped.
He got what he had requested for, but how did we get stuck with him? We are stuck with him.
We came here with this Brahm, Kshar Brahm, because of which we all are suffering. We abandoned our father where there was no suffering, there was no birth or death. How did we get stuck with him? We all were watching him do penance by standing on one foot only. We all got attracted to him. We got so attracted to him that, look, he's standing on one foot since so many days. At times he stands on this foot, then he changes to another foot and he's standing like this. So we got mesmerized with his style and we completely ignored our father, who was giving us all the happiness, who was making all the facilities available to us. We got away from him and got attracted to him. So, pious souls, you and I got infected with this disease, with this behavior from there. Just like hero and heroines, actors and actresses here perform acting, they dance, they show styles, they do stunts for food, and these young kids, they get so attracted to them. Don't ask. If any hero and heroines, actor and actresses come here in Barwala or come here in Hisar, then see how these college-going kids, young children gather in crowds and they stand at least 200, 300, 400 feet away from them and they will say, "See, he's standing there," or "He is that actor. There he is, standing. She's that actress. There she's standing." Now he is doing this work for his stomach, and children just uselessly go to see them without any specific purpose. Now what will that actor give to these children? And in the evening they return home hungry. Similarly, we got attracted to this Kaal and our hearts moved away from God.
God many times made announcements through divine announcement, ether voice,
to not pay attention to the drama of this Jyot Niranjan. Do not get influenced by his actions. You remain focused on God. We faked that we are alert, that we did not like him, but from deep within the attraction did not fade away. God is omniscient. So at that time, even after repeated instructions from God, we could not keep devil away from our hearts. We failed to move our soul away from him, and we loved him from within. Now when he started doing penance for the third time, he wanted to get some souls from God. Then, when God asked him when he did penance for 64 eras, for the third time, then God asked, Jyoti Niranjan, I have given you everything you had asked for. Now why are you behaving like a stubborn? Then he said, this Jyoti Niranjan, this Kshar Purush replied, God, I want some souls. I cannot live there alone. How will I stay alone in 21 universes? Then God said, in return of your penance, which you have done for 64 eras, I can give you a large kingdom. Because these souls belong only to me. They were created by my word. They are a part of me. How can I give you a part of me? But God gave one option. The option was, if someone wants to go with you willingly, then they can go with you. But I will not push them in the well. When this Jyoti Niranjan came to us, this Kshar Purush, this Chhar Purush came to us, all the souls that are in his universe, we got trapped here and are suffering. All these souls encircled him and gathered around him, just like when a hero comes or an actor comes. He told us that he has obtained big universes from Father in return of his penance for 70 eras. I will make heaven and great heaven there. I will make mountains of diamonds, emeralds and rubies. I will make rivers filled with milk. So, will you all come with me? Now, we liked him from before. We were in love with him. Even if he did not make anything, we were all attracted to him. So we all said we are ready to go with you. If God gives us the permission, then we can come with you. This Kshar Brahm came and requested God Kabir Ji, complete God Paramakshar Brahma. He returned to God and said with his hands joined that God, some souls are ready to go with me. Then God Kabir Ji said, ask them to agree in front of me, then I shall believe you and I will send them. Now God Kabir Dev Ji came to us and Jyoti Niranjan came along too. God Kabir Dev Ji, Paramakshar Brahma, asked the souls who are willing to go with Jyoti Niranjan Kshar Purush to raise their hands as acceptance. Now no one had the courage to show the audacity and everyone bowed their necks. Then God said that Jyoti Niranjan, Kshar Purush, you were saying that few souls have agreed to go with you, but here no one is speaking, there is utter silence. Then one soul got up first, thinking that we might not get left back. Then he got up and said, Father. He raised his hand and said, Father, I want to go. Then we all thought that we may not get left behind. Even we too, every one of us raised our hands like this. How many trillions or countless who have come here, so many souls came here, we cannot even count. But God has the entire counting and all their details as well. But we cannot do it since we are souls. All the beings in these 21 universes have come from Satlok, be it an ant, be it an elephant, beggar, or a king, in whichever animal of bird's life form one is bearing. Then God said, okay, Jyoti Niranjan, all those who are willing to go with you with all their heart, they are willing to go with you. I have noted all their numbers and I have them. You return to your world because these worlds were there earlier at the rear end of Satlok, at completely deserted place in Satlok. And we were living in that main Satlok. For instance, one is the outer village in Delhi region and another in Delhi state, a place where all the major places of happenings are at the center. We were living there. And these devils were at the outskirts. Suppose these 21 universes were like outer Delhi. This Niranjan went to his universes. This Ksharpurush, he is also called Jyoti Niranjan and he is also called devil or Satan. In the future, he will be called by many other names. In this story only.
आइए अब हम उन श्रद्धालुओं के अनुभव जानते हैं जो जगत गुरु तत्वदर्शी संत रामपाल जी महाराज जी से दीक्षा प्राप्त कर चुके हैं तथा उनके द्वारा बताए गए भक्ति मार्ग पर चल रहे हैं.
Hello, sir. Hello. So, what is your name? My name is Amarchand. So, where are you from? Village Khurana, district Mahendragarh, Haryana. So, when did you take initiation from Saint Rampal ji Maharaj? 27th April 2018. Sir, did you any devotional practice before taking initiation from Saint Rampal ji Maharaj? Yes. I used to devotion bhakti like Durga ji, Shankar ji, Hanuman ji and others too. Whatever practice people used to do in the village or at home, I used to the same. Then how did you come to the shelter of Saint Rampal ji Maharaj? In 2016, I listened to the spiritual discourses of Sadguru Rampal ji. In those satsangs, I learned about true spiritual knowledge. When I listened to the knowledge of Saint Rampal ji Maharaj, I could see no saint above him. And I came to know that this is the only saint whom I would want to make Guru, and I got him. Then I read all the books written by him and I understood the entire knowledge of Sant Rampal ji Maharaj. And after thoroughly understanding, I took initiation from Saint Rampal ji Maharaj in 2018. So, did you get any benefits after taking initiation from Saint Rampal ji Maharaj? I got many benefits. I had an accident in which one of my leg broke, while in the other leg, one of the nerves was blocked. The government sent me to complete my medical. During the medical examination at the Narnaul Civil Hospital, the doctor said that the nerve in your leg is blocked. It will become a bigger problem later on. He recommended me to get it operated as soon as possible. I said, okay, I'll get it done, but first you need to write in the report that I was okay. He agreed and wrote in the report and asked me that you will have to get the operation done. After that, my pain kept increasing and it became harder and harder to walk. I went to Jaipur for checkup but didn't get cured. I took medicines for a week, then for another 15 days and then for a month. But I didn't get any relief from them. Then I started listening to the spiritual discourse of Saint Rampal ji and started feeling better. I became completely cured by the grace of Saint Rampal ji. Even my eyesight was very weak. I was not able to see clearly. When I went to the doctors, they said that eyeglasses will not work for you. You have to get it operated. You get operation done. I said, okay, I will get the operation done within 1 month. When I took initiation in 2018, I started worship. I started chanting mantras and my eyesight was restored. Later, when I got my eyes checked again, the doctor said that your eyes are perfectly fine. You don't need any operation. You can work fine with eyeglasses. With the grace of Saint Rampal ji, my eyesight got cured and my leg also got cured. I also had hemorrhoids which sometimes used to happen. Sometimes it would get cured. But after I took the initiation from Saint Rampal ji Maharaj ji in 2018, it started getting better. Within 2 months, that disease got cured too. Now I don't have any problem of any kind. My wife also took initiation. In the past, she was haunted by evil spirits and ghosts. Some used to say she has ghost sickness. Some said she has a jinn. Some would say something while others would tell something else. I spent a lot of money and took her everywhere for treatment. But she was not cured. Immediately after she took initiation, she got better with the grace of Saint Rampal Ji. Her ghost sickness was cured. Also, our son didn't used to listen to us. If we asked him to do any work, he used to refuse and go out and spend money and waste his time. He used to argue with us a lot. After taking the initiation from Saint Rampal Ji Maharaj, the fights in our house have ended, and now we live in peace and happiness. With the mercy of Saint Rampal Ji Maharaj, our family is living in harmony. So, were you addicted to intoxication? Yes, I was addicted to alcohol. I used to drink a lot, at least 1 or 2 bottles of liquor every day, and smoke weeds and cannabis regularly. I would smoke 2-3 pipes in the morning and 2-3 in the evening, and if I got a chance, I used to smoke during the day as well. I also used to go to sages and saints. I used to take intoxicants for them too, and they used to bless me, which would make me very happy. I would take hemp, weeds and cigarettes etc. for them and spent a lot of money all of this. But when I took initiation from Saint Rampal Ji Maharaj, I didn't even realize that I've smoked sulpha, chilam, bidi, cigarette. It did not came into mind. And I didn't understand that this my body started feeling healthy. I got many benefits with the blessing of Saint Rampal Ji. In the past, I used to suffer losses all the time. Sometimes my motorcycle would break down or some other loss would occur. If I bought a new phone, it would somehow break. Once I bought 2 vehicles and suffered a loss in them of 1 lakh. It was broken. I got no benefit in that as well. Ever since I took initiation from Saint Rampal Ji Maharaj, I have not suffered any such loss. Moreover, whenever there is a problem, it gets resolved on its own. So what do you do? Earlier, I was a government employee. I have served in the Haryana government for 40 years. Now I am retired. So you are an educated person. Is it sad that the followers of Saint Rampal Ji are associated with him under a blind faith? Did you also got associated with Saint Rampal Ji Maharaj Ji due to blind faith? No, sir. Those who say this don't know anything. If they ever read the holy books written by Saint Rampal Ji or listen to his discourses, they will know that is true devotion bhakti. There is no devotion above this in this world. There is only one Saint Rampal Ji who imparts true knowledge and gives us the true way of worship. He tells this is the true deeds, this is false deeds. Leave them and follow true way of worship. You will get all kinds of benefit. You will attain salvation. The welfare of your life will happen. By His grace, all those who are coming in His refuge, they are getting benefits with the blessings of Saint Rampal Ji. Sir, how can someone take initiation from Saint Rampal Ji Maharaj? Spiritual discourses of Saint Rampal Ji Maharaj are telecasted on Sadhana channel at 7:30 p.m. every day. A strip with contact number is displayed on the screen. You note them and call at those numbers and tell them that we are living at this address. They will tell the nearest initiation center. Go there, take initiation, do devotion, and get your welfare done. Thank you, sir. Sat Sahib.
You were listening to the auspicious discourses of Jagadguru Tattvadarshi Sant Rampal Ji Maharaj. For more details, visit our website www.jagadgururampalji.org. With the blessings of Sant Rampal Ji Maharaj, there are more than 500 Naam Diksha centers all over the world where free online initiation is being given.